Everybody, video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the game ended against the Golden State Warriors. Our second preseason game was not a win for us. 111-103. The Golden State Warriors got the victory. And let's start with the game cast. Well, our first quarter, we had a 32-31 deficit. So it was really close. In the second quarter, we scored 24. They had 30. Things really got bad in the fourth quarter coming out of the locker room. We gave up 40 points to the Golden State Warriors and had 25 of our own. And then in the fourth quarter, we really came roaring back and made a valiant effort at a comeback. Had 23 points to their 9. So I was really encouraged by the effort overall. Our execution could have been a bit better. We didn't have Austin tonight, of course, no Luka, no LeBron. We did have Gabe Vincent come in, though he played really well in that first half. And ultimately, our inefficiency issues on both sides of the floor continue to be a thing. But, you know, second preseason game, so you're not too concerned. And I think we improved from the last game to this one. And like I said, the fight was worthy of praise. They were really valiant in trying to get us back in this basketball game when the Golden State Warriors had taken out most of their starters, for which they did play, which is even more of a telling conversation to have about the effort that our second unit and role guys put into this game, going up against the likes of Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Pajimski and Draymond and them. They were out there, Moses Moody, etc. So let's get into the team stats. The Lakers shot 41% from the field, 35 of 84. And the Warriors shot 46%, 39 of 84. The three-point line, we shot 35%, 12 of 34. That's not bad. The Warriors, 17 of 43 for 39%, so they shot a lot better. From the free throw line, we were 77%, 21 of 27. They were 16 of 21 for 76%, so pretty much even there. They out-rebounded us by 1, 44 to 43. We had more offensive boards, 12 to their 8. They had 35 assists to our 25, so we're still getting killed on the assist category, but we did have significantly more in the last game than the last game, so 25 is really good. And we're getting better. Our continuity is definitely improving. We had 7 steals to their 11. We had 5 blocks to their 7, so they were better defensively. We had 19 turnovers, 22 points conceded off of those. They had 21 turnovers, 20 points conceded off of those. We definitely want to improve there. They killed us in the fast break, 23 to 5. We had 36 points in the paint to their 40. They fouled 24 times to our 20, and their largest lead was a Kobe at 24, and our largest lead was 7. Our box score, Rui Hachimura, a quiet night, 19 minutes of play, 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3 for 4 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 3 boards, minus 18. I didn't really like what I saw from Rui from a defensive standpoint. I just thought he was a step slow a good portion of the time, not giving us that help defense that we really appreciate from him a lot of the times. He's going to have to get his mind right, and hopefully he can shake off some of these cobwebs, because he's having a bad start to the preseason in both of these games for his standards. Vanderbilt was fantastic in the first half, although he was a minus 20. I think everybody's a minus something bad, just given the score, but he had a really good game, especially in that first half, man. 9 points, 3 steals, 4 assists, and 7 boards. Most of that was in the first half. 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. He had 3 turnovers, but I thought his energy was excellent. Jake LaRavia, 10 points, 3 assists. He didn't rebound the ball tonight, which is kind of surprising. No boards, but I like what I saw from him for the most part. 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Pretty efficient from the field, 2 games in a row. So I like the efficiency. He keeps 50-50 balls alive, too. I really like that he's a high-effort guy. He needs to work on his handle a lot. Some of the steals kind of were credited against him. He had 2 turnovers tonight, so that's not too bad. But ultimately, I've been pretty happy with Jake LaRavia. He's a limited player. I don't expect him to go out there and kill it. But as a role player, you like having guys like this around who are not afraid to get their own shot, going to help you on the defensive end. And he's just a nice, sound player. I like what I've seen from him so far. DeAndre Ayton, really helpful on the glass. Once again, 7 boards, 7 points, 2 blocks. All of that was in the first half. I don't think we saw him very much in the second half, if at all. 3 of 8 from the field. Did not attempt a 3. 1 or 2 from the field. From free throw line, excuse me. So I think he's, as I said in the halftime video, his presence just helps our team so much. being a solidified rebounder, a solidified shot blocker. It gives us everything that we were lacking over the last season or two. Obviously, Anthony Davis was a tremendous shot blocker and rebounder, but he wasn't a solidified center. This was the player you needed to help Anthony Davis. Unfortunately, we were able to get him afterward, but Ayton's been a breath of fresh air, especially on the glass. So we want him to continue to work, and I've been pleased with him. And the offensive efficiency will come around. I'm not at all worried about that. Gabe Vincent was fantastic in the first half, man. This was my favorite Gabe Vincent game of his Laker career. Unfortunately, it comes when it doesn't matter in the preseason and a loss, but 4 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He was extremely aggressive in the absence of all of our scores and really gave us a big boost and was a big reason why we were in this game in the first half, despite going up against the likes of Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. He was extraordinary, and this is one of the hottest nights I've ever seen him play. So this was Miami Gabe tonight, and unfortunately, it just wasn't going to matter because of the preseason, but we'll keep it locked in our minds that this is what he's capable of. 5 assists, very good. 16 points, 5 assists. All of that is really good, man, in just 19 minutes of play. So if we would have won the game, I'd definitely give him the game ball, but I'm not going to be giving the game ball to losers every night just because it's the preseason. I did it in the last game. I won't do it in this one. Anton Watson, I think that's his name. I'm not familiar with this player. Anton Watson played for the Knicks. Got to get familiar with him. He had 7 minutes to play. Hit a 3-point shot and was a +8. Was on the floor for a lot of the comeback, so that was really good. 1 assist there, accredited with his 3 points, and only fouled once, no turnovers. 7 minutes to play. That's good minutes for number 41, Anton Watson. I'd say give him some more minutes in the next one. See if he can be a part of some good stuff. Jackson Hayes, 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. He did attempt a 3 in the fourth quarter in crunch time when we were trying to get back into the game. I like that he's attempting them because there was a time last year where he would not even look to take a 3-point shot, and I just thought that left us no chance that he would even potentially be guarded out there. If he's going to attempt that shot, I'd rather him attempt it to just make people wonder if he's going to attempt it. You know what I mean? And I think that was a huge plus for him. Do you laugh a little bit at him taking a 3? Hell yeah. Did it clank off the side of the rim? Absolutely. But what he's doing is showing defenses that if you leave me back there, I will at least attempt the shot. And that makes a huge difference out there. And it wasn't something we asked him to do very much last year. And there were times where he'd be by himself back there and would just look to dribble a handoff or pass to somebody. We need people to guard him, or we need them to at least think if they should or not. And if you're not attempting the shot, they definitely are certain they can crowd other people. So I think that's huge for him. He needs to do that once a week. You don't have to do it too often, but we want people to worry about the idea that he may hoist up something and it may go. And so I love that. I love the attempt. Christian Koloko hit a 3. I like that from him as well. 1 of 1 from the 3-point line, 4 points, 1 steal, 2 rebounds in 11 minutes. He was also on the floor for the good stuff, plus 14. So, these are the people that we need to see get more minutes, man. Some of our starters and some of them rotations that we put out there, they were the ones really struggling, although they were going up against better talent. But still, they were out there looking bad. And then the guys that we brought in that we haven't been using very much were a part of the comeback and were really helping us. So I think that's noteworthy going into Game 3 of the preseason. Nate Williams, another tough shooting night. 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Not very efficient. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, a plus 13. I still haven't figured out what Nate Williams does really, but I do love the offensive rebounds there. He led the team, or tied Vando with 3 offensive rebounds in 19 minutes of play. Coach seems to really like using him. He seems like a dirty work kind of guy, but he's just not quite there with his efficiency or really doing a whole lot that helps you when he gets the ball in his hands type of thing. But he seems like a guy who's going to force steals and dive on the floor for loose balls and just be a good dirty work guy. So I'd like to see him develop, and I'm glad he's here. I don't know that I agree with using him as much as Coach has. I don't think I love him as much as Coach does in comparison to maybe using some of these other guys. But overall, it's good to see a fresh new face in place looking to do dirty work. And I think if we keep going to him, eventually he's gonna figure out how to help the team. So I'm I'm fairly excited about Nate Williams, even though he hasn't really looked that great. He helps you in the Vanderbilt area of things. Thinking about a guy like Jordan Goodwin, and he also has good size on him. So I like the Nate Williams pickup. Don't think he's impressed me very much, but if I'm gathering what he can do, it's the type of stuff you want your role players to be able to do. And so I think we should continue to use him, continue to try to get the most out of him. Not expect much from the efficiency standpoint, but he keeps balls alive, man. Just like Jake LaRavia, he keeps stuff alive. And with his length, he's a pretty traditional small forward type body. It's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. I can see him helping us win someday down the road. Years from now, 2-3 years from now, when he's a regular rotation piece, having developed and polished himself some, he's going to help a team, if not us, somebody. So I like him. And I personally want to showcase more players that I haven't seen, man. That's my thing. Where the hell is Marcelonis? Where is Magnon? You know, where are these people? They're like myths at this point. I don't know who the hell they are. I know they're good because I did homework on both of them. Where are they? Anyway, that's what I got to say about that. RJ Davis, 1 or 2 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. I love what RJ Davis is doing in this preseason. He's a plus 22. He led the entire team. This dude is really impressing me. And I tell you, I don't think I've seen too many players come in and give me the great antithesis to what they gave me in the summer league in the preseason. I've never, in all my years of watching basketball, through 2 games, I don't think I've seen anybody play worse in the summer league to turn out to be the best player through 2 games of the undrafted hopefuls in the preseason. So he's doing something unprecedented as far as I could tell. If you guys followed me during the summer league, I hated RJ Davis. I didn't want to see him on the floor at all. I thought he was bad. In the summer league, he's been the best young player of the people that haven't yet to make a name for themselves. He's the best of them. Of Nick Smith and Nate Williams and Anton Watson. He's been the best player for certain of those guys, man. So I'm glad we kept him around. I wouldn't have, but I'd have been wrong because this dude is killing it, and I think he's earning his spot. I think through 2 games, you can legitimately say if we're cutting somebody, it's not RJ. That's really where we're at through 2 games. I hope he keeps this up. 8 free throws, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. That's huge, man. That's huge. You know what I mean? You're finding a way to help your team. You're being aggressive and you're getting fouled. And so this is great stuff from him. Nick Smith Jr., I thought he was a little better today. 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. I want him to hit his free throws because that's one of the things he's really good at. 9 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 block. Still a little herky-jerky. Not all that comfortable, but the makings of him being a real scorer is clear. I don't know what he can do defensively necessarily, although that 1 block looks really good. He was a +2 out there. Only 2 fouls, no turnovers in 12 minutes of play. He's aggressive. I didn't like some of the 3-point shots that he took down in crunch time, trying to be superhero, missing those shots, giving us no chance to come back. I'd rather us run plays and be a bit more efficient in trying to come back into the game. We don't need heroes. We need people who are going to be good team players in crunch time situations. Because at the end of the day, the unit that you play for, it's going to be incumbent upon you making good plays, not necessarily being the hero. Being the hero can work, but it has a high probability of failing when you launch threes without anyone else touching the ball, that type of thing. I saw him do that. I saw Dalton do that. That's not going to work with the Lakers. You play for a Laker team that has Luka and LeBron on it. If you're not running good plays to make everyone around you better, then chances are you're not going to be an asset to this unit. We don't need heroes. We need people who are going to play their roles and ultimately be cohesive with others. So that's really what it's about. I thought that those young players, I'm not mad at them. Nick Smith is a scorer to his core and very good at it. But I needed him to not launch random threes in crunch time when we're roaring back into the basketball game. I thought him missing 1 or 2 of those kind of kept us from winning. It kept us from getting back in the game. It's all or nothing with shots like that, and I just don't think hopefuls should be trying to do that necessarily. Maybe the coach tells him otherwise. Not my cup of tea for that type of situation. So overall, I think Nick Smith's been pretty good, though. I'm happy he's here. I want him to continue to develop. I look at him as a high upside young player that we have, an asset, so to speak, if we develop him properly, and somebody who's going to really help us down the road. So I like his aggression today. I thought he was better in this one than he was in the last one. And solid 12 minutes of play. 8 shots attempted. I like that from him. Bronny James, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. A little better tonight. 5 turnovers, bad. 4 fouls, very bad. When you put them together, +1 though. He was part of some of the good stuff that happened. He had a block, a steal, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and 5 points. A great put-back dunk that was just a real nice highlight, showcasing his athleticism. I think Bronny James is growing. You know, at the end of the day, I thought this was a pretty good showing for him on the Warrior floor. 23 minutes of play. We showcased him, gave him some good minutes tonight, and I thought he showed up. I just need him to not turn the ball over 5 times. Literally not, because he definitely led the team there. Dalton Connect continues to struggle, man. 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3. He looked like he had a good first half, hit all 4 of his free throws, but the inefficiency continues. 6 boards, definitely loved that from him. 3 assists, 1 block, so a +6. So he wasn't terrible tonight. The shot did not fall. Hopefully he continues to work on the things that he can control. And I expect more inefficiency shooting nights until he's able to shoot himself out of this slump. It's a bad slump. It's a continuation from last year's struggle. But I thought tonight he came a long way in giving himself some opportunities to feel better about his play. In 34 minutes of play, he got all the minutes that I felt he should get. JJ, I said that in the pregame video that I thought you should give him all kinds of minutes. I think that should continue. Force him out of the slump. Force him out of the slump. So this is exactly what I want to see from him. 11 attempted shots. I don't think he should come down on his attempts. If anything, I think he should go up on his attempts. Get out of this slump. He has 4 games before the start of the regular season. He's going to be showcased a lot. I don't want to lose any confidence in him if I'm JJ. I expect for him to go 3 of 11 in the next game. Force him out of this slump by allowing him all the minutes in the world to do so. Because if we can get him going, it changes the trajectory of our basketball team. But if we keep him in this slump, or if we allow him to stay in this broken space, our team is significantly worse for not getting the most out of this person. So I think the way they're going about Dalton is perfect. What I'm seeing from him is what I expect. He will get out of this slump if we keep allowing him this opportunity. He will get out of it. So that's what I got to say about our Laker team. That was our box score. The Warriors played 1 million people tonight. My gosh, that's a lot of people they ran out there. Draymond Green had 14 minutes of play, 1 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 points, 5 assists, 2 offensive boards. Actually, 1 offensive board, 3 boards in total. Jimmy Butler, 9 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, a +5, 3 or 4 from the field in 15 minutes. Steph Curry killed us. He did Steph Curry things. He hasn't dropped off even a little bit. He's still exactly who he was 12 years ago. It's unbelievable. 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 14 points, 2 assists, 1 board, +5 there. Moses Moody looked really good, and he looks like he's going to get his starting position. This could be one of those breakout players of the year. He could be one of the most improved player candidate if he gets the minutes that I expect him to now earn with the team kind of shaking out to allow for him to have a bit more of a role. So, Moses Moody, one of my favorite young players, 7 of 9 from the field, 5 of 7 from the 3, 19 points, 1 assist, +21. He led the entire team there. He was terrific. In just 15 minutes of play, he shot us down. Very, very difficult to deal with when he's going. I know what he can do, so I'm not surprised by this. Brandon Podziemski, 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 8 points, 2 steals, 4 assists, and 1 board. Pretty solid night for B-Pod, +16. Jonathan Kuminga, 5 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 block, 2 or 3 from the field in just 15 minutes of play. So the consistency there was giving 15 minutes to the players that they expect to regularly use in the playoffs and the regular season, rather. Everybody you expect to see got about 15 minutes flat or somewhere in that range. Jackson Rowe, I think that's his name. He missed a 3, had 2 turnovers, a block, and 5 boards for his squad. Trace Jackson Davis, highly underutilized player on this team. Hopefully, with the exodus of a few players, he can also have a bigger role because he is so much better than Golden State Warriors have asked him to be over the last 2 years. 13 minutes of play. He had a field goal, 2 free throws, and 4 boards, 2 assists, 4 points, and a steal for Trace. Guy Santos had 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 boards on 2 of 4 shooting from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Al Horford actually checked into this game, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 points, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. He looked great. He fit seamlessly. He was a plus 13. None of that surprising. He's Al Horford. Bolden, I'm not sure what his first name is. Marcus Bolden, maybe a rookie. I'm not sure. But he had 3 minutes of play, missed 3 field goals, missed a 3-point shot, had 2 points and a board. What else is going on? They checked in a lot of people, man. Quentin Post, 16 minutes of play, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw lines. Line, 7 points, a plus 20 for his squad. He had a steal and 3 boards. Buddy Yield had 11 points, plus 16, 3 steals, 3 assists, and 2 boards, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 18 minutes of play. So Buddy looked pretty good. Gary Payton, the second, healthy, 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 7 points there, minus 8. Some dude named Kinsley missed a field goal, did have 2 boards on a minus 5. LJ Cryer had a board and an assist. He missed 6 shots, 0 of 3 from the 3, 0 of 6 from the field in 9 minutes of play. He shot him, but he bricked him. Pat Spencer, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line for 12 points, 2 steals, 4 assists, and 3 boards for the lacrosse legend, they say. He's a lacrosse legend in college. And Will Richard, is it Will? Yes, Will Richard, I believe he's a rookie. He had 15 minutes of play, missed 3 threes, had 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3, had 3 points, 1 assist, and 2 boards. And that concludes the Golden State Warriors box score, where they played 166 players tonight. So that is what it was, man. The Los Angeles Lakers can take from this game some good things. Of course, like I said, we missed so many of our main guys that we were able to showcase some dudes and have them do other things. Love what I saw from a few of our guys, in the first half specifically. Gabe Vincent was really, really good, as we already mentioned. Vanderbilt looked fantastic in that first half, as well as I was talking about him in the halftime video. I encourage you guys to check out and really get into what I thought about Vando. RJ continues to shine out there. And I took from this game that we have a lot to work to do on the defensive end as a unit. Granted, it's hard to assess who we are because we're missing so many key people. But the guys we did use really struggled defensively. Some of our rotations were completely matador defense out there. So we're going to have to figure some things out. But we also have to just temper our expectations for what success looks like when you're missing all of your key players. So this is when it becomes a little frustrating, because obviously Bron is dealing with the pain in the butt. Luka, you're resting him because he played during the summer. Austin, you're resting him because you're just resting him. And this does allow you to showcase other guys. But how do you know if the guys slot into the roles that you are assessing them to play if they don't get a chance to play those roles because the presence of the main guys are absent? I don't need to know how LaRavia looks next to Vincent and Hachimura. I need to know how he looks next to Austin and LeBron. So that's kind of the problem with the way the Lakers are approaching the Summer League. In a nutshell, if these guys were literally ever going to play the roles that they're playing in the Summer League, then I could say, okay, this is what they can do, this is what they cannot. But these are not the roles that we're going to have them in. So I don't know that I can really take much of anything from the Summer League other than this is the shape they're in. This is how they're shooting under these circumstances. But even that's a little skewed by the fact they're not going to be defended the same way once those guys are back. This is where a guy can work on this individual thing for himself. He can work on his ball handling. This person needs to get in the gym and shoot a little bit. This person needs to work on closeouts. That type of data is helpful, and that's all that we're able to get from this. So as to where I'm watching a team like the Suns play with Devin Booker, and I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors. They got Steph Curry and their whole guys out there. They're able to get a little more information on how their team is supposed to look. We are not giving ourselves any of that in these first 2 games of the preseason, and I think that's probably the most important part of this preseason is getting yourself together. So I don't know that the Lakers are approaching this preseason the way that I would hope they would through the first 2 games, just from a organizational standpoint. I don't know if this has to do with the players themselves not really wanting to play in the preseason for the sake of their own health. I think there's a lot of fruit in not playing your starters for the sake of injury. Obviously, LeBron's 106 years old, so you don't want to toy around with that. But I just don't. I think a lot of what we're learning here is empty. It's just kind of empty. Like I said, I love what Nate Williams did tonight, but will I ever see him on the floor in anything other than garbage time in the regular season? Not really. So how does he look next to the stars? How do these are the type of things that I just don't think we're getting any answers for. So we're healthy. Nobody got hurt tonight. We love that. Some of these guys look really good tonight. And I guess that's all we can take from it. So I don't know. I think you work with what you can. At the end of the day, you got to give up something. If you run all your starters out there, then you risk getting hurt. If you don't run your starters out there, you don't know what guys look like next to them. So you give or take what you can and live with the results. And so that's really what it is for me. I just don't know that what I'm concerned about is we're going to start the season flat because we didn't work our stuff in the preseason. I am concerned that we're going to start the season 0-5, 0-6 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Dropping games because we're going up against teams that are going to be more polished than us early on. And once you in the Western Conference, you find yourself in that type of hole, you may be playing from behind all season long. So it just is what it is, man. I'm not saying Luka needs to hurry up and come back. We just got to live with what it is we are. A team that is looking to benefit from limiting the chances of our guys getting hurt and resting guys who have a lot of mileage. So that's really what it is, man. And we do have a lot of people to develop. But here's another thing. It's like the people that I'm most interested in developing, they're not playing. That's the part that I'm really struggling with. Marcelonis, Magnan, Theo, the guys, those young guys are the ones that I'm excited about. None of them are on the floor. So that's also something I'm struggling with as a fan. It's just like some of these dudes don't have the upside of some of the guys that we don't have on the floor, if I'm being honest with you. And so I love the opportunity RJ's getting. I think he's quickly becoming somebody we like. And Nick Smith has that upside. You definitely appreciate that. But some of our guys are role players, like solidified role players. And so for me, I kind of just as a fan want to see the guys that I think have a little more upside than that. So, and I know they're on our roster. We're just not able to see them. I haven't seen Marcus Smart yet. Of course, he's still, dealing with his injuries and stuff like that. He was at the game. The team was unified out there. Definitely had everybody at the game tonight. But most of the players that you really pay to see, they're all in street clothes this evening. So we ran what we ran out there, and I thought we put up a hell of an effort. I think that comeback was really, really valiant. And I think guys really gained of a lot of confidence out there as a unit. I think they grew up some tonight. I think the next game we'll see, which is a whole 7 days from now. That's a whole other story. Next Sunday, we'll have us playing a bit more polished against this same Golden State team, believe it or not. And, hopefully we have a set of good practices this week. And, see what this team looks like, man. See what this team looks like 7 whole days from now against the same Golden State Warriors. And I believe that game will be at Crypto.com Arena at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. That is when the Lakers play next. You literally won't see them for an entire 7 days. It's going to suck. It's going to be like the offseason starting all over again. I don't like this. If we need a long 7-day break, it needs to be somewhere in the middle of the season. It doesn't need to be the 3rd preseason game. I think we're being trolled by the schedule makers once again. So that's my take on things. If I'm going to give the game ball to anybody, it would have to be a Golden State Warrior. I honestly didn't function tonight to focus on them at all. But I'd say probably Moses Moody gets the game ball just because he did so much in such a short amount of time. But it's very, very efficient shooting night. And so, yeah, that's who gets the game ball. But I'm extremely encouraged by R.J. Davis once again. And I just love having a healthy Vanderbilt and DeAndre Ayton. And shout out to Gabe Vincent, who was Miami Gabe tonight. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. That's my take on this basketball game. Wasn't much to see. Hopefully Rui Hachimura can start showing up for the preseason because I haven't really liked anything I've seen from him on either side of the floor. I know he can play better than this. And so I think I'll leave you guys with that. I appreciate everybody for rocking BDF with BDF 44. I'm out.